Today we're talking artificial intelligence and its possible future. Stay tuned to find out.
Hello and welcome to Couple Chat.
Where we
Parents.
discuss topics for you.
Parents. I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie. Let's chat.
We had a very interesting weekend. We went on a double date with friends. You want to talk a little bit about that and what we did?
Yeah, so we went to the NJ Repertory Theatre. It is based out of Long Branch, New Jersey. They're a theater in the area that puts on shows that are original works. Every single show that they put on is an original work. They've been around for 29 years, I believe Gabe was saying at the beginning of their performance. We went to opening night. And
of a new work, yeah.
Of that new work, yeah. Your Name Means Dream by Jose Rivera. And Sarah, my friend, or our friend Sarah, got us tickets. So we were able to go on a double date. And yeah, the premise of the show was quite interesting. I think that's kind of why I was really eager to go. Because it was... And this theater, because of its size, it's very small. So it's usually only a 2 to 4 person cast. Typically, it's one set piece. Doesn't really change. If it does, it's usually from first act to set, or after intermission, it'll be a new set. But this show, that didn't happen.
Right.
But yeah, 2 actresses that were great, and really kind of, I don't know, giving you that glimpse into a near future that could possibly happen someday. Right. Dealing with AI and kind of how they can affect our world and take care of us someday, which is kind of strange to think about.
Yeah. It all depends, like within our lifetime, what we'll see.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff, just what's going on with Tesla and Elon Musk at the moment. You have autonomous vehicles coming into play, and then his robots. I don't remember what they're exactly called, but they literally, everything he designs literally looks like it's pulled from iRobot.
Yeah.
I even saw a meme the other day where they compared the two.
Yeah.
And in this event, he had these robots walking around serving drinks, like communicating with obviously it was like 1%ers at this thing. It's not like, or press.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're pretty close,
Right?
Pretty close to having some sort of AI individual, I'll say, in a home, or at least in close proximity to us.
Yeah.
Obviously it's all about cost once these things are released to the public.
Yeah.
And just knowing, I don't know, Google's a big conglomerate, right? They do so much, and sorry, you're right in this room with us, but Google,
sorry if we alerted yours too.
Yeah. But Google Assistant is just not that great. And now Gemini came out, and it's Google's kind of put it behind a closed door where you got to pay a subscription for it unless you have a Pixel phone. And it's guys, and nobody's doing that.
And the assistant has really failed lately. It's really been basic of the basic, back to square one, it seems.
You can tell that they are pulling everything away from it so that you'll pay to get Gemini. And it's I don't have an interest in paying for an AI right now. Yeah. I just don't, especially knowing how Google Assistant has been. Right. It can barely do what I need it to do on a daily basis. And it's been a decade at least that it's existed. Yeah. And we've used it pretty much in its entire lifespan.
Yeah, if not early stages or right after the initial bugs. Right. But it's interesting to see that it could even be an inkling of a possibility. Yeah. But it was funny too, because in the lobby they had that game where they had you identify, there were pictures all over the wall, and they wanted you to identify all these artificial intelligence from TV shows, video games, all of it. right there up on that wall.
Not from real life, though.
No.
Which she confused me when we were about to play the game. Because when she said it, I was like, oh, so there's going to be a picture of like Google up there, Siri, you know, Alexa, all those things. But no, that's not what it was. It was movies, TV, like you said, games.
Yeah, based in entertainment.
Right.
Which is funny because, like, you were like, oh, I'm going to ace this. Like, let's go. I don't need any cheat sheets because they had cheat sheets for those people who wouldn't be able to do it. And we got over there and it was like, dang, this is harder than we thought. Because it's so funny, like, you don't realize how much AI plays a part in, like, film and TV shows from when we were younger or even older.
Oh, 100%. This is something that I feel like has been an interest to humanity for generations.
Right.
Even before film, in books too, you know, like it's everybody is always obsessed with, can a machine think?
Right.
And I find it more intriguing that back before computers, how did that to me is true intellect. How do these people even think of some of this stuff back then, you know?
That's the thing. These are people who are, you know, future thinkers.
Right.
They're the ones who see the next step or 2 steps ahead, and they're anticipating the possibility of it. I mean, it's funny because sometimes I'll see those retro reels where it's like 1980s, they're predicting these things like cellular phones existing in the future. And it's like,
I've seen that stuff.
They didn't even have a prototype, but they're like, this is a possibility. Right. And here we are, and we have a whole computer in our phone. We can find out any information, whether it's true or false, and
like go
from there.
If this kind of device was around in the 90s, everything that you could do in the 90s on a computer could be done on a phone. Like phones are just powerful enough to be pretty much a person's main device these days without having a computer, but like depending on your type of work.
Right.
You know, but I feel like the power in a phone could have existed in the 90s and nobody would have had a computer.
Oh yeah.
You know, like
what I loved too was Optimus Prime was in there. And I was like,
random. You mean back in the game?
In the lobby. And I was just like, is he an AI though?
He is. He's artificial intelligence.
Yeah, but that's not how they make it seem like. Aren't they like an alien species?
Yeah, they're a species, but they're like a sentient machine. Correct.
Right. Yeah.
That's why he's artificial intelligence.
It's just funny because like some of the things on the wall, and I'm like, I mean, I guess.
Well, it's like Frankenstein's monster was up there.
Right.
And then there was a woman that was like completely confused about this whole thing. And I was like trying to explain it to her and she still didn't get it. And then all of a sudden, like we're continuing through the game. She's like, oh, now I get it. And we were like, okay.
They're all fake.
Yeah. And I didn't know what she, like I still don't think she got it.
I don't think so either. but it's like, wait, they're all not real. Right. They're all like make believe. Someone like made these in an AI, and I was like, what? No, she was like, a computer made these pictures. And I was like,
what?
These are from things.
Yeah.
Like these are characters that people know from entertainment.
That are artificial intelligence.
Correct.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things, but see, that's the hard part about this whole thing. Mm-hmm. Certain generations, I don't think completely understand artificial intelligence and don't even know the capabilities behind it.
Right.
And that's a little scary to me. Mm-hmm. So, you know, Elon Musk is an older guy. I think he's probably in maybe his 50s.
Late 50s.
You think
60s.
Late 50s?
Yeah, I think he's up there.
Yeah. But you know, he's a forward thinker, as you said. So, I mean, I don't know how many people of his age group kind of understand as much as they seem to.
Right.
You know? And then obviously you have plenty of people from that age and older that just denounce artificial intelligence altogether and don't want anything to do with it.
Well, but I think it's funny, like people that we know close in our family, they're like, oh, well, I don't believe in Easy Pass, or, oh, I don't want an assistant in my house or all this stuff. And it's like, you realize when you opened your smartphone and agreed to the terms and conditions, you agreed to artificial intelligence being attached at your hip. Yeah. Whether your banking information is on there or not, whether they know where you are or not, if you have your location off, it does not matter. They hear what you're saying because you agree to it. Like, there's so many workarounds that these companies have that by not getting an easy pass and paying for cash for every toll you go through, it's not going to matter. They know where you are.
You sound like you're talking about somebody very, very specific.
No, not at all. Love you. But
it's all right. He doesn't believe in this, so he won't watch it.
But or listen. Someone else might.
That's true. But we're not naming names.
Nope. But that's what I mean. It's just like, oh, well, I don't want to use a credit card because whatever. They'll know what I'm buying or where I'm going. Right. They know.
Yeah.
They track you with cell phone towers. There's so many different ways.
There's a lot of ways.
But like, I understand that fear, but I also understand the connectivity and sometimes like the necessity for that nowadays.
But because
it helps find lost people. It helps find missing people.
100%.
Sick people. Like if someone gets in a car accident and all they can find is the cell service or the OnStar in your car, like that's huge. Yeah. And that's all AI.
It's, it's a double-edged sword. Mm-hmm. And the further and further we get along with it, it could get worse. It could get better.
Yeah.
It's all about the people who have the power.
Oh, yeah.
That make it that way. Mm-hmm. But then also, as I was saying, so like older generations not really understanding or like knowing the capabilities or what to do with artificial intelligence. That this show was pretty much all about that.
Right.
And, this older woman gets an AI assistant and she befriends her, if you will. Mm-hmm. But she's, at first she's just very apprehensive and not interested in this kind of life.
Right.
And that whole concept is very intriguing. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah. That fear.
Yeah.
That apprehension, for sure. But it's also the fact of the matter, it happens in the first 2 minutes of the show. Yeah. Everyone else who's come to her home has either quit or there's not enough people in the industry to help her.
Right.
So she needs in-home assistance. This is the next alternative.
But then there's that flip side of things that I know a lot of people are worried about. Mm-hmm. And I actually have a worry that I'm going to bring up in a moment. But AI taking over jobs.
Yeah.
Whether it's something that can be done in a program and an AI is doing it without some needing to even go anywhere.
Right.
Or you create some sort of individual humanized AI, like an android or something, that can go and actually perform these tasks that a human could have.
Yeah.
That's a little, scary. And I mean, we adjust as time goes on. It's like, okay, so those jobs adjusted. I mean, there's still people that have to write code and all that kind of stuff. And as time goes on, and there's going to be a lot more computer focused jobs, and it's like there's going to have to be AI training programs and things of that nature. Like if construction is all done by AI, there's still going to have to be some human element to make sure like things are updated a certain way and like codes are done a certain way and things like that. And then these AIs are going to have to be updated for those things, but so on and so forth. And it's just one of those things where like I felt a little strange the other day. Mm-hmm. So I was on LinkedIn,
right?
And I'm scrolling through, doom scrolling as you will, but it's for business, so it's fine.
Right.
And I saw an AI headshot generator.
I saw that.
For business.
I literally just saw that myself today.
And it really disgusted me because you are now taking away someone's bread and butter. Like there are people who like that's all they do is corporate headshots, and they get by doing that.
Right.
And headshots in general, like this thing creates headshots. It doesn't necessarily have to be corporate, but like out of curiosity, I went in.
Yeah.
And I looked at what they had to offer, and it was mind blowing how realistic this was.
Like in like an environment, or just like
I mean,
any and everything.
Upload a few pictures of yourself, and it creates up to like 40 different poses, and it even puts down there. It has a grid like studio. X amount of pricing. You only get 1 to 2 poses. You have to plan a day to do it. Blah blah blah. All this stuff compared to AI, where it's like $30, 40 poses. You don't have to go anywhere.
2
you
minutes.
just upload these pictures. Yeah, 2 minutes. You get them in 2 minutes. Like it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know how I feel about that. And I don't think that is the right way we should be using AI. I don't think that's helping our society.
That's taking away the human element.
Yeah.
Like you said, I feel like the human element needs to still be there.
Right.
Because these AI are servicing humans.
Right.
You're providing me a service, but humans are still going to want that human touch. They're, whether they could teach an AI how to act human or how to sympathize or whatever, they're still going to want that personality, that chit chat, like, and even like you said, like that's someone's bread and butter. Like imagine that photographer on the side of the road because an AI took over. Like, what are they going to do after that?
And they do. I mean, the same thing's being done with video production too now.
Yeah.
Like not to that scale because, I mean, yes to that scale, but it's not perfected yet. And it's very hard to make that look realistic.
Yeah.
But I mean, simple things like little animations or like, those marker sketch things.
Yeah.
AI editing where you give it footage and it like maybe it will cut a reel together for you. That kind of stuff has existed for a while, like it's an auto-generated thing. But now it's like way more intelligent and like can understand exactly what you're looking for and put it together.
There's got to be a limit. There's got to be a limit. I feel like if we allow it to get too far, it's just going to turn into WALL-E. Seriously, that's my fear.
WALL-E was more about how we destroyed our planet.
But I'm saying like the tech taking over side of it.
Yeah.
Like they became lazy because the computers and the robots were doing everything for them.
Yeah.
Like that's scary. But I mean, I thought it was a really good show, and I really think we could talk about this forever. But
oh yeah, for sure.
It's definitely something to think about, and just being aware and if you have the opportunity to support a small business or a local theater like this, who's really, they hit the ground running with new works all the time. Like it's just something to think about when you're trying to consume content and even just purchasing any goods. I think it's definitely something to consider going down the road.
What's that? Going to the theater?
Like going to an actual theater and purchasing, like paying a photographer to take pictures and that kind of stuff. I'm just saying, just find out where your sources
AI
are coming
tools
from.
Are very useful, and I think they help make jobs better.
Enhancements.
Yes.
Enhancements are fine.
I use AI a ton in my work now. I have implemented quite a few AI things within my video production company. But it hasn't completely removed what I do.
No.
I still edit by hand and go out on shoots and whatever.
And you're still fixing things and adjusting accordingly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just AI helps with some of those things and helps make processes faster.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Speaking of the algorithm.
Yeah. But yeah. The show was intriguing. Definitely made my wheels turn, and I mean, hopefully it goes somewhere for them, and they can get this message out to the world.
Yeah.
But there's so much fiction talking about this possible nonfiction that we're moving into.
Yeah.
Out there.
It's all a sign. It's all a warning.
Yeah, we just have to be
diligent.
Sure. Careful how we use the tools we're given.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was a little diversion of what we usually talk about here on Couple Chat, but thought it was interesting subject matter, especially since we went out to see this show.
Yeah.
And
thanks again, Sarah. We had a nice time.
Yes.
We were adults again. Yay!
Woo! Nice to see you and Nick.
Yes.
And I mean, that's another funny thing about AI, right? You got to be careful how you use it around kids and how it uses itself around children. Mm-hmm. We deal with that often with Google and our kids talking to Google.
Oh my gosh. And she recognizes both of them. So it's just to the point where they literally just do it because it's like
to annoy the crap.
They're annoying. Like Nate's been trying to play Polar Express all October.
The soundtrack.
Right. And I'm just like, dude, we're the type of people, we don't listen to Christmas music yet. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
Like Thanksgiving Day, even though Thanksgiving's very late this year, we may not be able to wait that long. But
it's always
the 29th. It is not the same time every year.
Usually
it's like
Thursday.
The 23rd or the 25th.
All right.
Anyway, it's only going to be a month of Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
That's wild. But anyway, so he's been really annoying with it. So I don't know. Hopefully we can get them off that high horse. Have them stop using it.
That's not going to happen.
No, I know.
But yeah, anyway, so that's that for now.
Message us or comment or anything about what you think AI is heading towards and how you try to avoid it at all costs, or how you dive right into it like we do. Because we do. We're a mixture.
Yeah.
Half and half.
Depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie.
Here are the Hahns signing out.
Thank you so much for listening to Couple Chat. Make sure to subscribe to us on Spotify or YouTube Music. You could even subscribe to our YouTube channel where you could see this episode in video. Thank you to Hahn Films for editing and producing this episode. Let's chat soon.